Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're exposing 10 canned foods seniors should avoid because of hidden sodium. Canned foods are convenient, but many are loaded with salt that can harm your heart, kidneys, and blood pressure as you age. Sodium hides in processed foods, not just in your salt shaker. We'll reveal the worst offenders and share healthier, just as easy alternatives at the end. Let's jump in. First up, canned soup. It's a pantry staple for many of us, especially when we want something quick, warm, and comforting. But have you ever stopped to wonder what's really inside that can? Soup seems like a healthy choice, packed with veggies and sometimes even lean meats. But here's the catch. Most canned varieties are actually sodium bombs, sometimes containing more than half your recommended daily sodium in just one serving. That's a lot of salt hiding in a seemingly innocent meal. Even those cans labeled healthy, light, or low fat can be surprisingly salty. Many pack between 800 and 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving, and most cans actually contain 2 servings. That means if you finish the whole can, which is easy to do, you could be getting nearly your entire day's worth of sodium in one sitting. Why does this matter? High sodium intake makes your body retain water, which can raise your blood pressure and put extra strain on your heart. Over time, this can increase your risk for heart disease and stroke, especially for older adults or anyone with high blood pressure. Don't be fooled by the front of the can. Words like healthy or natural don't always mean low sodium. Always flip the can over and check the nutrition facts panel for the real story. If you love soup, look for options labeled low sodium or no salt added. These versions can have up to 80% less sodium than regular soups, making them a much better choice for your heart and overall health. Or, take it a step further and make your own soup at home. When you cook from scratch, you control exactly how much salt goes in. You can use fresh herbs, spices, and flavorful vegetables to create a delicious soup without all the extra sodium. It's a simple switch that can make a big difference for your health and your taste buds. Next up, let's take a closer look at canned veggies. When you think of canned vegetables, you probably picture a quick, easy, and healthy addition to your meal. After all, vegetables are packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber, nutrients that are especially important for seniors. But before you reach for that can of green beans or corn, it's worth taking a closer look at what's inside. While the vegetables themselves are nutritious, the liquid they're packed in often tells a different story. Most canned veggies are preserved in a salty brine, which can dramatically increase the sodium content of your meal. Just one can of green beans or corn can add hundreds of milligrams of sodium to your plate, sometimes more than a quarter of your recommended daily limit in a single serving. For people watching their blood pressure or managing heart health, that's a big deal. For seniors, this hidden salt can quietly sabotage your efforts to eat well, even when you think you're making a healthy choice. High sodium intake is linked to increased risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke, conditions that become more common as we age. The good news? There's a simple fix. When shopping, look for cans labeled no salt added or low sodium. These options let you enjoy the convenience of canned veggies without the extra salt. If you can't find those versions, don't worry. You can still reduce the sodium by draining and rinsing regular canned vegetables under running water. This easy step can wash away up to 40% of the salt, making your meal much healthier. Small changes like these, reading labels, choosing lower sodium options, and rinsing your veggies, can make a big difference in your overall health. They help you keep your sodium in check, support your heart, and let you enjoy your favorite foods with confidence. Remember, even foods that seem healthy can hide risks if you're not careful. Don't let a nutritious choice become a hidden danger just because of added salt. Next, let's talk about beans, another pantry staple with its own set of nutrition secrets. Beans are a superfood, fiber, protein, and nutrients galore. But canned beans often come with a salty sidekick, aquafaba, the brine. Half a cup can have 300–500 milliliters of sodium. Always look for low sodium or no salt added beans. If you have regular canned beans, drain and rinse them well to remove much of the salt. You keep the nutrition, lose the sodium. Don't let a healthy choice get derailed by hidden salt. Next, let's check out canned tomato products. 9. Canned tomatoes, sauce, and paste are kitchen staples, but they're often loaded with salt. Tomato sauce and paste are especially concentrated, with over 500 milliliters of sodium per half cup. We use these as recipe bases, so the sodium adds up fast. especially with salty toppings. The solution: buy no salt added versions and season with herbs and spices instead. You get all the flavor and nutrition, minus the sodium overload. Take control of your recipes from the start. Next, let's talk canned fish. Canned fish like tuna, salmon, and sardines are a convenient and affordable way to add more protein and heart-healthy omega-3s to your diet. These shelf-stable options are especially popular among seniors, busy families, and anyone looking for a quick meal solution. But while canned fish can be a nutritious choice, there's a hidden catch you might not expect. The brine or liquid that canned fish is packed in is often loaded with salt. This salty solution helps preserve the fish and enhance its flavor, but it can also add a surprising amount of sodium to your meal, sometimes more than you realize. For example, a single can of tuna packed in water can contain 300 milligrams or more of sodium per serving. If you eat the whole can, you could be getting over 600 milligrams, about a quarter of the recommended daily limit for most adults, in just one sitting. And that's before you add anything else. Many classic tuna or salmon salad recipes call for mayonnaise, pickles, or even relish, all of which can be high in sodium themselves. Layering these ingredients can quickly turn a healthy lunch into a salty surprise. To keep your sodium intake in check, look for cans labeled "no salt added" or "packed in water." These options are widely available and can make a big difference in your daily sodium totals. Another simple tip is to drain and rinse your canned fish under cold water. This can wash away some of the excess salt, making your meal a little healthier without sacrificing convenience. When shopping, take a moment to read the nutrition labels and compare sodium content between brands. Some regular cans can have double or triple the sodium of their low-sodium counterparts, so a quick check can help you make a smarter choice. By choosing low-sodium varieties and adding plenty of fresh vegetables, you can enjoy all the benefits of fish, like protein and omega-3s, without the sodium overload. Homemade salads with lemon juice, herbs, and crunchy veggies are a delicious way to keep things light and heart-healthy. Remember, even healthy foods can become hidden risks if you're not careful about sodium. High sodium intake is linked to high blood pressure and heart disease, so it's worth paying attention to what's in your can. Next, let's look at canned pasta meals and see how they stack up when it comes to sodium. Canned pasta meals, ravioli, spaghetti, and more, are quick, but they're sodium traps. One can have over 1,000 millimoles of sodium, almost your whole daily limit. They're also low in fiber and high in preservatives. Instead, cook whole wheat pasta, top with no salt added sauce, and add lean protein or beans. Make a batch, portion it out, and you've got healthy, easy meals all week. Convenience doesn't have to mean unhealthy. Next, let's talk about canned chili. Canned chili is hearty, but it's a sodium and saturated fat double whammy. One can deliver 2,000 millimeters of sodium, way over the daily limit. High sodium and fat are a recipe for heart trouble, especially for seniors. Make your own chili at home with lean meat or beans, no salt added tomatoes, and your own spices. Freeze portions for quick, healthy meals. You control the salt and the flavor. Next, let's talk about canned meats. Canned meats like Spam, corned beef, and Vienna sausages are some of the saltiest foods in the store. Just a couple slices of Spam can have 800 milliliters of sodium. They're also high in saturated fat and preservatives like sodium nitrite. Regularly eating these can raise blood pressure and cholesterol. For protein, choose fresh, lean meats or cook a batch of chicken to use throughout the week. If you need convenience, look for low-sodium deli meats. Skip the salt-laden canned meats for better heart health. Next, let's check out canned gravies and broths. 9. Canned gravies and broths are flavor boosters, but they're loaded with salt. 1 cup of broth can have 800–900 milliliters of sodium. Gravies can be just as bad. We add them to recipes not realizing how much sodium we're piling on. Choose low-sodium or unsalted broths and make your own gravy with pan drippings and unsalted stock. You'll get all the flavor, none of the hidden salt. Take control of your cooking from the base up. Next, let's talk about canned cheese sauces. 8. Canned cheese sauces are ultra-processed and packed with salt, 400–500 milliliters per tiny serving. They're also high in unhealthy fats and artificial ingredients. Pouring them over veggies undoes the health benefits. Instead, use a small amount of real cheese for flavor, or make a simple cheese sauce at home with milk and shredded cheese. You control the sodium and the quality. Skip the processed stuff for a healthier meal. Now let's wrap up with some final tips. 8. There you have it, 10 canned foods that can sneak dangerous amounts of sodium into your diet. The key is awareness. Always check nutrition labels and don't trust marketing claims. Fresh or frozen foods are usually healthier and lower in sodium. Small swaps, like no salt added versions or rinsing canned foods, add up to big health benefits. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share your own sodium-busting tips in the comments. Stay healthy, stay informed, and see you next time. 7.